We've got to talk about what you did to this guy, Hendry.
Ruined him.
Ruined him.
I see him in London and he says, Gaza, what are you doing in London? I thought you live in Bournemouth. And I said, what are you doing in London? I thought I left you at Wembley.
All right, guys, if you can all welcome the legend, Paul Gascoigne. Come around here, man. Gaza, welcome to What I Wore, our first What I Wore live. So basically what we've got is a collection of shirts to basically tell your life story. So we're going to start with you growing up, right on to your last playing days. Cool?
Still growing up.
You're still growing up? So I'm a baby boy right now. I'm nervous because so many people are watching me. But yeah, we're good. So we're going to start over here. And this is your debut shirt. But before we get there, I just want to know what it was like growing up in Newcastle and your love for football and the black and white stripes.
Yeah, I first got my ball when I was 7 for my birthday present. Never left me feet, to be fair, but where I lived about 5-6 miles from Newcastle, and when on a Saturday I played in the streets and I could hear the crowd and that. I thought, and then I was eventually ball boy when I was 14 and watching them, and I thought one day I'd love to play for these, you know. I mean, at school I was all right. I got 8 O levels.
What do you mean you was all right? You're Gaza. You wasn't more than all right.
I got 8 O levels. That was a 0 for everything I did, so I had to take up football. Yeah, and then obviously when I left Newcastle at school, I went straight there, and I used to watch like Peter Beach, Chris Waddle and thing. I want to join them, you know.
But you made your debut against these guys. You remember?
Yeah, Queen's Park Rangers. Yeah.
How was that feeling like just to put this on for the first
time?
It's
brilliant. I mean, not only was it like playing for your first team, that with Peter Beach, Chris Waddle, some great players I had. But just wanting to score in front of the Gallagher then, which I eventually did. But yeah, the feeling was fantastic. You know, I wasn't nervous at all. I knew how good I was. I was quite confident, and it was brilliant.
For sure. So you're starting off, then you moved down to London, to the White of Tottenham. But wait, come on guys, behave. But then I heard like you could have gone United. So I want to know, what was your reason by choosing this white shirt over the red of United, the Red Devils?
Money.
I like that. Just talk to me of your memories of these shirts.
I scored on my debut with a sock against them.
Your sock, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a different level,
Well, it was only Dave Seaman. I've scored a few past them, so it wasn't nothing, you know.
When I see this shirt, I just think of your free kick. Just talk me through that moment.
Well, I had the double hernia and said it'll take 6 weeks, and the game was in 4 weeks. I said, I need this operation, Gaffer, because I did double. And I said, oh, okay. And I remember waking up after the operation. There was a nurse there saying, right, 1 sit-ups. I went up just working up. So I did the sit-ups, got fit.
Just by doing the sit-ups, you got fit?
Yeah, just sit-ups here, trying to strengthen this up. And then there was a free kick, and then I come past this, and he went, hit it. I said, I'm going to. And I caught it lovely, you know. I can't believe Dave Seaman even tried to get that. He made himself look more than an idiot, you know.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to move on to England, right? Because around this time was coinciding where you was becoming a British icon, right? And I just want to talk about, you talked about how special it was in getting the black and white colours in your debut. How important was it to wear the 3 lines for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, I used to
obviously
watch
against Denmark. Like, how special was that to you?
Ambition to play for England is fantastic. I used to watch Brian Robson, which is my idol, and you know, play alongside him. But I just remember going into Terry Venables' office. He said, I need to see you. So I'm thinking, what have I done wrong? And he said, sit down and that. And I sat down in his office. He says, you're not made the England B. I've already played for them. And he says, you're not in the squad England B team. So I got upset and I went, oh God, what for? And he went, no, you're in the full squad. So obviously a few tears now choking up when I talk about it. So like the first game, I think it was Denmark, and I was warming up with Tony Cotty, and I got 5 minutes. So that was good enough. And then the next game, I think it was Albania, where I scored.
For sure. When I think of you in England, there's one guy that stands out to me, and it's this suit here.
So Bobby Robson.
You like how I pulled that on out, innit?
He was always shouting.
I want to talk. How important was he for your whole legacy of England?
Yeah,
was he the key moment?
He was brilliant. He was brilliant. You know, I got the odd from him all the time. I remember once, I think it was Albania, we were playing away. We were stuck in a hotel for 2 days, and I was bored. And so I'm in a room with Chris Waddle, and I looked out the window, and this guy about 50 yards down had loads of chickens in his back garden. I went, Chris, give us some bars of soap and hit these chickens. So I've got the window, and I'm throwing these bars of soap, and he come in, and he stared at us, and he went, what are you doing? I went, Chris didn't think I can hit these chickens with balls of soap. He went, can you? So he opened the window, he went, go on, guys, I hit that one. And Chris is just lying in bed, well, that's unbelievable, only you could get away with that. But he used to give us, and like, God, stop it, you know. But yeah, great man, and you know, he was a hero to me.
And then you didn't spoke about Germany as well. Like, what was this game like against these guys?
Yeah, still to this day, I don't think I touched them, you know. But it was a great game. I mean, you think of Chris Waddle when he hit the post near the end, but I always tell him, you know, his penalty, when we arrived back in Luton, that's where his penalty ended up. In Luton. Yeah, it was that bad. But yeah, I mean, the tears were for the fans because I was 6 weeks in the World Cup, you know, in total. And I just took it as if I was a boys' club, as if I was 17 again, you know, and enjoying it. I wasn't bothered who was up against, which team it was. Yeah. And our fans were fantastic towards us, you know, and so I had all the backing of the fans, the backing of the players. I was fortunate, I was only 23. And all our players were in the prime, you know, Brian Robson, Peter Beasley, Terry Butcher.
Got to move it on, yeah, so I want to talk about...
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. The first time... Still good. I want to talk about the first time football was coming home, right? In 96, obviously this shirt, you like this? No, I pulled it out for you.
Yeah,
you like this one, and you got this away shirt here. What was it like, the home tournament of this tournament, and how special was this one?
I was only like that far from scoring to get us through, you know, but it was fantastic. Yeah, and the fans sing, you know, that's another tournament we could have won, you know.
We've got to talk about what you did to this guy, Hendry.
Ruined him.
Ruined him.
I seen him in London not long ago.
Did you tell him that you ruined him?
Yeah, of course. I see him in London and he says, Gaza, what are you doing in London? I thought you lived in Bournemouth. And I said, what are you doing in London? I thought I left you at Wembley. Every time I see him, he says, don't mention it, Gaza. But yeah, I ruined the poor kid, you know, I just destroyed him.
Would you say, like, playing for England in all of these shirts, right, was your time you enjoyed the game the most?
Yeah, I mean, I loved it because, you know, especially at Wembley, it's a shame to knock the old Wembley down because I love playing there, you know, going up the ramp and then you see like a few thousand and you see 10,000 and you see 40,000 and you see like packed and going out and that. The feeling was fantastic, you know, shaking now just thinking about it, you know, just playing for your country. And I was fortunate because you get someone like Gary Neville, right back, Man United fans, but you got Arsenal fans there and just caned them, rightly deserved. But I was fortunate, all the fans like just sing my name and that, so I had the backing of all them, which was fantastic, you know.
So not only were you becoming an English icon, so when you moved to Lazio, you became a global icon.
Yeah.
And Football Italia was kind of birthed because of you. Just talk to me about this shirt. To me, this is one of the best shirts ever made.
Yeah.
So just talk to me about going to Lazio, why you moved to Italy, and just what that feeling was like.
I mean, it was 10,000 at the airport. It was quite nerve-wracking, but you kind of get used to stuff like that, you know. And the fans were fantastic, singing my names. And I remember going there once. I left the place and went back 5 years later on my own for a holiday. I got pestered a bit, and I went into the mountains. And there was a little cafe. One guy who obviously owned it, and he walked in. And he went, "You're Gascoigne." I went, "No, I'm not." I seen a picture of me behind him. I went, "Oh." And then I see him on the phone. I went, "Oh no!" And within 40 minutes, it was like 8,000 turned up. So I had to ring the security men, so it was quite scary. But yeah, I remember once I went out and I couldn't speak Italian, and then it was a restaurant. It was New Year's Eve, but it was packed. So I went up, there was lobsters in a big tank, and I had a Versace suit on. Don't know why Versace.
Versace, yeah, big baller, love that.
It was pink. And I said, "Can I have that lobster?" And he went, "I don't understand." I was getting wound up now. And I went, "Move." And I pulled up the chain, dived in the tank. The lobster was flapping. I said, "Cook that one." I got flu and I missed training for a few days and the match. But yeah, great. Played with some great players.
What was like, obviously, when I think of Football Italia, I think of you, I think of like great shirts and style. What was like the biggest cultural shock when you see these shirts and just like...
Milan.
Yeah.
When I played against Milan.
Oh, get these guys, yeah?
Yeah, when I played against them, I said, I'm going to show them how good I am. But I had Hullet, Rijkaard, Van Basten, Baresi, Maldini. I think I got one touch in 90 minutes. Got destroyed 5-0.
Was this like the best team in this shirt?
Yeah, they were phenomenal. Easily? Yeah, and Hullet as well, they were phenomenal.
What was like some of your favourite shirts that you saw in Italy? Because I just think like some of these are probably the best shirts ever made.
I mean, it's strong now, but yeah, Ventus, they battered us as well. You know, they were incredible. Yeah, they were. But Milan were just so frightening. I mean, just clean up everything. Yeah, I remember just memories against Milan was good.
And what
The
would,
other
you, what would you say the biggest like cultural shock for you, being an Englishman, going to Italy? Like, what was like, whoa, like I didn't
The language,
expect
the training.
the training,
was
okay.
phenomenal, yeah. Because I remember going there for a week before I signed, and I went with my dad, and I seen them training. I went, Dad, I can't do that. I said, this is not possible. I
You
said,
used to doing the sit-ups,
just
innit?
unbelievable, yeah. He says, well, you better sign because I've already unpacked my suitcase in your villa. And I went, I've got a villa already. So that was my dad. So I signed, but it took us a while, but the players were fantastic towards us, you know. I remember when I signed, he says, got to learn Italian. So I bought 18 English books and gave it to the lads. He says, you learn English, I ain't learn that thing. But yeah, so I got on well with them all, you know.
We're gonna move on now to like again one of my favourite shirts. You signing for Rangers. You obviously played in some massive cities, Newcastle, massive football city. Obviously Tottenham and Arsenal, that rivalry. What was it like going to obviously Rome as well? But what was it like going to Glasgow and then playing for Rangers?
Glasgow, I mean,
was it how crazy was that?
Yeah, the press said I wouldn't do well up there, and I just knew it. A piece of pay for me. Yeah, I just went up there, enjoyed it, and you know, meeting the players and that, and the fans were fantastic. Yeah, it was great times, you know.
Great times.
The first season to get a hat-trick as well to win.
Yeah, for sure. I want to talk about like the initiation with Gattuso.
Yeah.
Can you tell that story?
Well, the lads couldn't speak Italian. I learned a bit, you know.
Yeah.
And he come with his, he looked scruffy as anything. So I took him into town. I said, I'll get you some nice suits and that. He went, oh, that's brilliant. So I said, well, no problem. And he got loads of suits and then left.
Was he looking good?
Yeah, he looked well, but he wasn't happy when he had a 10 grand bill to pay. Yeah, but yeah, great player. He got stuck in a bit, you know. I remember having a couple of fights with him on the pitch, but thought, man, I couldn't believe he got manager of Milan, you know.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
he's manager of another team now, but yeah.
And what was it like against these guys?
I was fortunate. I played in it.
What was the rivalry like?
Yeah,
intense?
horrific. Yeah, especially because of the religious side of it, you know, Protestants against Catholics. But I played in 11, unbeaten in 11, and scored a few, so I did all right against them, even though I got some stick from them. But they were good for us, you know. The fans were all right towards us, so I was quite fortunate, you know.
For sure. Then we move on to like some of your later career, where you obviously signed.
This is where I'm going downhill.
I got to do it, guys.
Cheers.
I'm sorry, man. I've been bigging you up the whole time. We got to do it. We got to do it. So,
No.
yeah, obviously Middlesbrough, obviously Everton and Boston. Like,
Yeah,
what was
but-
your time? Remember
I was
the
manager
league
of Kettering
shirt?
as well. I remember being manager of Kettering. Says, guys, I get us out in 3rd division. I did. I put them in the 4th. Yeah, Middlesbrough, I went there, but obviously Brian Robson, he says, come to the club, we'll win promotion, we're playing in the cup final. Playing the obviously cup final, got beaten off Chelsea, and I gave me a medal. The guy that was playing in my position, I gave him a medal and that. And Middlesbrough won promotion, so you know, it was a good season there, but I just felt, you know, it was time to move on because I was closer back home and I just didn't really want to be that close to home. So Walter was the manager of Everton, and so I said, look, I'll sign for Rangers for you. Will you sign this for Everton? And he went, yeah. You know, and
That's again another big footballing city that you went to. Obviously,
yeah,
Liverpool, the
and
rivalry
we
with
still
Liverpool.
get man of matches 35, but I remember we played Bolton, and because I hadn't scored for a while, I scored a goal, ran behind the goal and given a Gascoigne. It was in front of the Bolton back. Bolton fans are like, oh, sorry, I went to the other end. But yeah, great times there, you know. I played with Big Dunk and that, and we had a good squad.
So I know, last question, like as we look through your shirts, yeah, and just how much of an icon you are to me and to all of these people here,
Yeah.
like, what is that? How does that make you feel? Like the legacy that you've done just by putting on these shirts.
You know, I was quite fortunate. You know, I never knew I'd experienced so many clubs. I'm fortunate with the fans because, like I said, you know, I don't take them as fans. I take them like part of me because my dad said, you know, it doesn't matter how famous you become, never change. And I never like that, you know. I just treat them as if they're my friends, you know.
Sure. All right, lastly, I got a question for you. So we're burning building, right? You have to save 2 shirts. You can only take 2 shirts with you. So one shirt is based on your biggest memory, your most valuable memory in a football shirt, and one shirt is strictly on how the shirt looks. So if me and you are going out, you want to impress, you understand what shirt you're going with.
I mean,
so let's start with the memory one. Like, what is your most dear memory in a football shirt? Which one are you picking out of here?
I think the debut for England.
Debut for England.
Yeah.
So this one over here, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great honour playing for your country, you know. Fantastic, and I was lucky enough to have all the fans, you know, and score in front of 100,000 was special.
So we're going England debut as the most memorable shirt. Okay, what shirt here looks the best?
Well, you know, it was
Talk to me.
Celtic had won 9 championships in a row. I joined them when I had 7. So I knew I had to win 2 seasons, 8 and 9. So to get the hat-trick, the last game of the season, to win 8 in a row, the feeling was unbelievable.
So you're going with the Rangers,
Rangers,
one, yeah?
because of the hat-trick.
Which one out here?
It was that one. No, it was this one. I scored
one, yeah?
hat-trick, yeah.
Beautiful.
That one, I was in the pub.
This one looks good. But yeah, Gaza, thank you so much. It's been
Cheers,
an
mate.
absolute pleasure.
Cheers, guys. Bye very much.